Hello everyone, Chris here. In this video, I'd like to rank every single Overwatch 2 character based on how fun they are. Let's get started. And the first three boring tanks in my personal opinion are Reinhardt, Roadhog, and Sigma. Reinhardt is just a horrendous choice in the current meta, as there are one too many options to counter you. You have a very low skill floor and a pretty low skill ceiling, as the character is not really hard to utilize. Your movement is very much straightforward and mediocre, and yes, pinning someone is super fun. But in reality, higher you climb, the more you're gonna stand behind the corner and then peek out, hold the shield for a few seconds until it breaks, and die from cringe. When it comes to Roadhog, character is very easily counterable and just not really good in the current meta. You lack movement, and the skill floor and the skill ceiling are not that high. Pretty much every single player in this game can learn how to land hooks, and gameplay is very repetitive. When it comes to Sigma, this is one of the most boring 1 versus 1 tank matchups in the game, as you are playing this character on Circuit Royale, Junkrat and Havana sniper maps, and there is a Sigma mirror pretty much all the time on higher ranks, GM lobbies plus, and you are standing there like an absolute idiot, cycling your abilities, pretending that you can do something against the enemy Sigma, and he does the same, praying that his Widowmaker or Hanzo will land a headshot that will give them more space. Beautiful character. When it comes to DPS role, I think there are 3 characters that lack fun in my personal opinion: Widowmaker, Junkrat, and Hanzo. 2 snipers are very nice on sniper maps, Havana, Circuit Royale, and Junkertown, with the combination of Sigma, Baptiste, and Zen with you, so you have a nice poke lineup to really get anyone who's trying to get close to you. But in reality, they are very vulnerable to dive. They are not doing anything to meta tanks that we currently have, as you are playing Diva on verticality maps, you are playing Orisa on brawl maps, and then there is Winston on dive maps. And guess what? There is nothing you can do on Widowmaker, Hanzo, or Junkrat against any of them. And one and only boring support character in my personal opinion is going to be Mercy. I absolutely love her movement, although Blizzard is nerfing it for the 4th time in a row, and it feels like they are trying to make Mercy a character that relies on her teammates so much that you literally stand behind the corner like a grey mouse, very much afraid to peek out, or you're gonna get devoured alive, instead of reworking the character and making her somewhat self-sustained, self-sufficient. It is what it is, and you just have to adapt to the circumstances. Nothing much to say there. In my personal opinion, there is not a single mediocre tank in the current meta, but in terms of DPS, I can see that Cassidy, Symmetra, Reaper, Genji are pretty mediocre choices in my opinion. Cassidy lacks range and he's just very clunky. Again, we are going from the dive meta where you are getting jumped on by Winston, Tracer, Sombra, and it's not fun. It's not fun moving your mouse around, trying to catch that Tracer with your crosshair. It's not fun when you are getting jumped by Winston and there is nothing your teammates can do to save you, as you don't have any mobility to escape, or they just cannot heal through the shield, through the bubble. With Symmetra, she is very niche character, and there are just no way to, like, again, counter Winston, Tracer, Sombra. Flying characters are a horrendous problem for you, as Pharah Mercy can absolutely devour you alive. The same with Reaper. Honestly, character is just insanely underperforming in the current meta, and even if you want to have mediocre value out of this character, you will struggle quite tremendously, as you're just gonna get outranged, outpoked, and destroyed. Genji is a very high skill floor, skill ceiling character, one of the hardest characters in the game to get value on, and for 90% of the player base, they will never be able to pick up this character and have any fun, any success, as you're just gonna get instantly devoured time after time. There are characters like Echo, Pharah, Mei is very annoying to play against, Ashe if you cannot close the distance. Again, Winston, Tracer, Sombra is an absolute disaster. If you are out of deflect, Soldier is a big problem. And overall, you are just not the character that you once was. Yeah. Moving on to the sometimes fun category, and we have Doomfist, we have Zarya, we have Wrecking Ball. These are the 3 tanks that I sometimes have massive amounts of fun on. Unfortunately for 3 of these characters, they are very easily counterable. When it comes to Doomfist, Orisa is an exceptional choice. You have nothing to do with Diva on verticality maps, you are very weak versus Sigma on sniper maps, and every single time you win one team fight with Doomfist, opponents always swap Sombra, opponents always swap Zenyatta, and realistically speaking, you just cannot have any fun anymore, because every single time you engage, you get hacked, you get discorded, you get slapped, you get antied, and it's just a massive GG for you. When it comes to Zarya, one of the best counters to Zarya is the ability to count to 2. If your team is not shooting the shield, even if you are playing on Orisa, Zarya is not a character to be afraid of. Literally call out shields. You can say Zarya 1 bubble or Zarya no bubbles, and every single time she is out of her cooldowns, you can pressure her as 5, as she does not have any escape mechanism or cooldowns to save herself. When it comes to Wrecking Ball, Sombra is another horrendous choice, and Zenyatta are probably 2 worst counters when it comes to this character. Wrecking Ball is super nice, super fun to play, very much immortal if you play him correct, and you can be exceptionally disturbing to the enemy backline. Unfortunately, there are characters who absolutely devour all the fun you had. For the DPS category, there are 3 characters that are sometimes fun in my personal opinion: Mei, Pharah, and Bastion. All of these characters are pretty niche and require a correct team comp and the enemy comp to play against when it comes to utilizing them and having a lot of fun and value on them. Mei is exceptionally strong when you are playing full Brawl or Rush, when you have Orisa, Lucio, Baptiste, Ramattra, and then Symmetra or something, or Cassidy, or whoever is on the second DPS. When it comes to Pharah, you always need Mercy, as well as the map should be correct. For example, the first point on Eichenwald, the third point of Eichenwald King's Row is pretty nice for Pharah, and then there are Lijiang Tower, the open map, not the night market one, right? And then many more, where you can have so much fun playing Pharah, especially if they don't have any hitscan characters to counter you with. When it comes to Bastion, it's always fun to play him against Reinhardt, it's always fun to play him against Zarya, it's always fun to play him against Winston, but in reality of the situation, you are just a very clunky robot, and if you, in a turret form, are exceptionally fun character to use, you outside of the turret form is just a free kill for every single tracer, every single Hanzo, every single soldier, very easy to hit, very low range, so you can compete with Ashe or Widowmaker, and so many problems that you have to deal with if you want to play Bastion. All in all, character is very nice. I love his movement with the grenade, where you launch yourself in the air or on high ground, or you surprise enemies with swinging around the corner with your turret form. This is very nice. When it comes to supports, Moira, Brig, and Lifeweaver are sometimes fun characters to use. They are very niche and they all have their strengths and weaknesses. For example, Moira is pretty nice in lower ranks, where you just go in, people have no idea how to do anything against you when you are going for the flanking TikTok Moira kind of playstyle. Going for the backline, people are not paying attention to their second supports, people have not paying attention to the characters that's standing behind them. So if you are playing in gold and enemy Ana is standing in front of the DPS, of course you will be able to land yourself a free kill. Coalescence is a nice ability to really distract your opponents and get a lot of value with. Brig is a character that's very, very fun versus dive, as you literally slap Winston, you literally slap Wrecking Ball, you literally slap Doomfist with your mace, and then you shield bash, then you proc Inspire. But outside of the dive, playing versus Reinhardt, playing versus Ramattra is just a complete torture. You don't have any reliable source of escape. If you waste your shield bash, you have no time and place when it comes to fighting them with your mace, and you're just standing behind trying to pocket your DPS with your healing packs, and this is not particularly fun. But again, when you're playing versus dive, Brig is one of the most fun supports you can play on. Lifeweaver is a very interesting choice for the sometimes fun category. I absolutely love this character, although he is not strong enough to be very fun or pure fun category, simply because you don't have any offensive options. Yes, your left click is a little bit more buffed and you will be able to land quite a few kills with it, in comparison with what we have seen on the release of the character, when the dude has 41% win rate across all the ranks and regions. It's just a complete abomination. I like saving teammates, I like using life grip when enemy tracer is trying to stick the bomb onto your teammate and you just life grip him away and it goes away. I like pulling people out of Sigma ults, Zarya ults, Orisa ults, and pretty much save the teammates where they could have been dead 100%, but this is a butterfly effect. Imagine you play Ana and you just anti a person and he never had the chance to go offensive in the first place. So yeah, Lifeweaver is a sometimes fun character as well. For the very fun category, I have 3 brawl tanks that I absolutely love playing. Ramattra is an exceptional choice in the current meta, one of the strongest brawl tanks in the game, not a single bad 1 versus 1 against enemy tanks, so you will never be able to get countered by a tank. And then you have the ability to shield, you have the ability to block insane amounts of burst damage, you have the ability to press one button and win a team fight if you will be able to catch up on opponents. It's very easy to utilize the character, yet he has a pretty high skill ceiling. So very low skill floor, but very high skill ceiling. Or Orisa, another very meta character in the current scenario, in the current Season 6. You are absolutely unkillable, you are literally a brick that presses shift and there is not a single team of 5 players that can do anything to you. Probably some like poke comp with Zenyatta can be a problem, but in reality, wow. If you'll be able to learn how to land your spears, oh my god, the squishy supports, never realize how strong Orisa is. Your aim can be exceptionally nice, your ultimate is pretty fun to use, and overall this is just a very fun character to utilize. When it comes to Junker Queen, with recent nerfs and shadow nerfs, she has fallen a little bit behind in meta curve, but still a very fun character to use. If you'll be able to land a knife and then pull a person that's trying to run away, this is very satisfying, very fun. Her ultimate is super nice and you can literally 1 versus 5 if they don't have Kiriko or Cleanse prepared to counter your ultimate. Your axe is super fun ability to use, and if you can land it on 3 players, you get literally 3-second cooldown and you can swing it again and people have no idea that you can do that. Very fun character, very high skill floor, skill ceiling though. When it comes to a very fun DPS category, I would say Ashe, Sojourn, and Soldier. Jesus Christ, it is so fun playing Sojourn and going for her ultimate overclock and getting a 5 kill with the Nano or with a Mercy Pocket. With Sojourn, you have to be precise, you have to be very mechanically skilled to utilize this character. Ashe is probably one of the easiest hit scan to have value on, and I absolutely love her. This character requires a lot of skill, a lot of aim, and you have to have nice mouse pad, good FPS to really make use of that character. But when you do, oh my god. And Soldier, I absolutely love tracking. This is my personal favorite part of aiming. I don't like flicking, I don't like snapping onto a target, I don't like going for, what is that called? when you are target switching, right? I just like tracking a person, and it's so satisfying when you can land the kill onto the Ana if you track her to half HP and then you land an insane right click her helix to finish her off. Very fun character to play, very high mobility. It is just amazing. It is just absolutely amazing. When it comes to supports, I think Zenyatta, Baptiste, Kiriko, Lucio, and Illari are very, very fun characters to play. I would say Illari is going to be on top of that list as she is very nice. The ability to 2-tap squishes, the ability to go for a stationary healing just like you would have with Mercy Pocket. And on top of that, you have the bazooka that can literally blow up enemies. If you were to tell me that character would exist a month ago, I would say, nah, bro, you're absolutely capping. We will see what's gonna happen when Illari is going to be released in ranked. But yeah, for now, this character is very, very fun to use. Nice mobility, ability to boop enemies off the map, ability to bazooka everyone is just mwah. Zenyatta is another very fun character to use, the ability to solo carry games, lack of the footstep sound, and Discord Orb makes you a very, very annoying character to play against. Every single tank in Overwatch 2 struggles quite tremendously if there is a good Zenyatta player and then a team to follow up the Discord Orb damage with. The fact that you don't have any footstep sounds, the fact that you don't have any problem with flanking and then killing squishy characters with 2 taps, it is just insane. Your right click can deal insane amounts of damage to tanks and squishies that have no idea that you are flanking behind, and this character is just pure fun. Although you have to understand that he will not work with anything outside of Kiriko or Ana, so Zenyatta Lucio or Zenyatta Mercy or Zenyatta someone else is just not going to work. But yeah, when it comes to Baptiste, this character can find his value on maps with verticality and then sniper narrow maps, where you have the ability to place your window, where you have the ability to access high grounds with your exo boots, I think it's how they called, when you are self-sufficient and can carry games on your own and have more damage than your DPS characters, plus have more healing than your second support. It is just insane. His heal is amazing and you can keep players alive. The lamp will save you from so many ultimates that could be deadly in any other way, shape or form. Character is very fun to play. I absolutely love playing Baptiste. Kiriko is another nice choice when it comes to the support, and she's also very fun to flank with. She's also very fun when it comes to canceling ultimates or making sure that they have no value. Imagine you are going for a grab on Zarya, or you're going for the rampage on the Queen ultimate, and it just gets cleansed and there is nothing you can do. Mei ult gets cleansed, and then what else is there? Doomfist ult can get cleansed and with no real effort. Pretty much every single character can suffer from the cleanse when it comes to Kiriko. Very slim model, 112.5 damage with the recent nerf in a headshot, but still insane amounts of damage from a support character makes her the top of this fun list. Moving on to the Lucio, and Lucio is super duper fun when it comes to brawl comps. When you have a tank that you can speed, such as Ramattra, Reinhardt, Junkrat Queen, or sometimes you can even have Lucio with Zarya, or you have a dive tank and you're just diving with him. You are playing with your Tracer, for example, and two of you are just completely devouring enemy backline. It's just such a nice and satisfying feeling. I absolutely love playing Lucio. Unfortunately, I found it best when you have a 5-stack to utilize him with. So you call out your amps, you call out your speed boosts, and you are leading your team to the victory. And then moving on to the last category, pure fun that I have in Overwatch 2 as a new player. Winston, D.Va, Tracer, Echo, Torbjorn, Sombra, and Ana. When it comes to Winston, this character is very high skill floor, skill ceiling. It is very easy to feed on Winston. It is very easy to have zero value on this character. You have to understand when to pick this character, where to pick this character, how to use him, how to be mechanically powerful in order to get the most value out of his kit. You have to understand how to communicate with your dive DPS. You have to understand how to position yourself so your Ana can heal you. You have to ask for nanos in the correct time and place. And it is just so difficult. People think that Winston is such an easy character because he has 2 buttons only. Well, yeah, that is a massive misconception right there. When it comes to Diva, character is super fun. Very high mobility, strongest tank on verticality maps, as Winston is a very easy 1 versus 1 when it comes to you, so you are the only character with the advantage here. The fact that you can eat so many projectiles, ultimates, and just bullets with your defense matrix you can save teammates with, you can protect Pharah in her ultimate, you can eat Bastion ult with Diva matrix, you can do so many so much with it. It is just absolutely insane. The fact that you have very strong whack-a-mole game when it comes to characters who are out of position. For example, you see Ana on the high ground that has no time and place there, and she's just feeding. You go there, 3.5 seconds, you can go in a different direction and kill another support or go for a squishy or even focus up on the tank. Character is super nice. I absolutely love playing Diva. One of my favorite tanks to play. Tracer, my favorite character. I have highest amounts of time played on this particular one. More time that I have on Cassidy, more time that I would have on Soldier, and Tracer is the hardest DPS to master. Super high skill floor, super high skill ceiling. The state of madness that I went through while learning this character led me to a very unique and nice playstyle when it comes to other DPS characters, and finally when I understood how to play Tracer and how to utilize her in best shape of form, oh my god, it is just insane. I'm gonna record a Tracer guide soon, but it is wow. I love playing Tracer, hands down my favorite character in Overwatch 2. When it comes to Echo, it is the same situation. You have to understand where to place Echo, how you should play her. You need to be very mechanically blessed in order to utilize this character, as she is going in 3-dimensional movement kind of playstyle when you not only have WASD, but you also go up and down, and it makes it so much harder to line your stickies. It is so much harder to aim with your left click, and character is super fun to play, but very high skill ceiling. Probably second hardest character in the game after Tracer. Very nice to use, hardest and strongest flying character in the game, and if opponents don't have any hit scan to counter you with, you can go for an assassin role, you can go for the poking role with Mercy. There is so many things that you can do on Echo in order to be an exceptional player and have insane value. Moving on to the Torbjorn, this character is not very high skill floor or skill ceiling, or he does not have much movement, but he's just so unique and so much fun. If you can learn very nice turret spots, if you can understand his left clicks and right clicks and when to use your E, oh my god, he's super fun to use. It's a sniper character. It's a sniper character that can 2-tap anyone, literally any squishy in the game, from pretty much infinite range, and you have the ability to shoot as fast as I don't even know who, like maybe Bastion in his outside of his form. Character is just super fun to use, and your turret can be so annoying, especially if you place it in cheeky spots, especially if you know how to utilize it properly. I absolutely love Torbjorn, highest win rate DPS character for me for sure, and if I feel like I am playing in easier lobbies and I need to rank up to practice my other hard DPS with, I just play Torbjorn, quickly rank up, and then throw my games for my teammates on Tracer and Echo. Yes, this is my secret. Moving on to Sombra. Jesus Christ, Sombra is another very cool, very hard character that you can learn and have so much value with. The fact that you're playing Sombra, enemy Wrecking Ball, enemy Doomfist, enemy Orisa, enemy Roadhog are just crying like babies crying for help. They're like, please get off this character, I can't play the game, there is nothing I can do to save myself. Sombra is very strong in terms of canceling ultimates. You can cancel coalescence, you can cancel... what else you can cancel? You can like snipe Pharah out of the sky, you can kill Echo if you hack her. There's just so many things that you can do on this invincible rat character. And last but not the least character on the list is going to be Ana, my most played support. Very high skill floor, skill ceiling character. Super difficult to have even mediocre value on Ana, as you need to learn how to line up your nades so your dive tank can follow them up with. You need to learn how to be very accurate with your left clicks. You need to understand where to go for the hip fire, where to go for the quick scope, where to go for the scope shot, where to position yourself. It's very important. How to use sleep. You can land incredible sleeps on Genji Nanoblade, you can land insane sleeps on Doomfists, Wrecking Balls, and just absolutely devour them alive. Your nano can literally win you games, as your tank is dying somewhere there and you boom, you nano him, and he goes from the state of absolute useless to the state of an absolute warrior, absolute killer. This is like, mwah. I love Ana, my favorite character so far. So this is going to be it for today's tier list. Let me know in the comment section down below, what do you think? You agree or disagree with this list? I am going to try to reply to every single comment out there. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next one. Take care.